Now, this video is just intended as a quick walkthrough of the Logon script builder feature of the admin script editor. I'm just going to take you through it very quickly. First thing you'll notice is a list of actions and conditions here on the left. You drag them into your project and then edit the fields as desired. In this case, we're saying if the user is in a group, and then we want the group name. So we're saying the administrators group. What action do we want to perform? Just take an action and drag it into this area within the box, indicating that this is to happen if the if user in group condition is true. And then in this case we need a drive letter and a network path. So if the user is in the administrators group, they're going to get the M drive map to the files share on the server. And it's all just drag and drop. If you go over and hover on top of these conditions and actions, you'll get a little balloon that shows the description entered for that item. And these are all customizable templates, and I'll go over that briefly as well. Hit the generate code, and the appropriate code is spat into the admin script editor, into the active document in the admin script editor, which must match the language with which you're working. Now you can't open a script into the Logon script builder. It can't go both ways, but what you can do is save a project. So I've just saved it as a project. I'll close out the Logon script builder and then erase this script. Now I can relaunch the Logon script builder, and as you'd expect, I can go in, open up that project that I saved, and have it back as it was. So this can be saved and manipulated in the future, and then just hit generate code to get the code into the admin script editor once again. You can make any changes you'd like. The X deletes, the arrows move things up and down. Let's drag a different action in here. We'll say we want to execute a task if they're in the administrators group. Notepad. Now that I've made this change, I can hit generate code, and the code is inserted into ACE once again, replacing the code that was there previously. So now there's the execute task sub, and that's being called to launch Notepad. Now this whole Logon script builder region is replaced in the current script every time you hit the generate script button within Logon script builder. So by inserting text outside that region, it will of course not be removed. So let's make another change to the script just to illustrate this. This time we'll map a printer if they're in the administrators group. I'll go up and hit generate code. And as you can see, the Logon script builder region has been updated, but my own custom code on top has not been affected. Now there's several languages and different templates for each language. So the list of actions and conditions will differ between which language you've chosen. I've switched over to Kickstart here, where we have a pretty good list of actions and conditions. As I said, you can make your own and share your own. But when I drag this in, and now I say the USB drive use will be set to yes, and then I say for a condition, admin rights. So if they have admin rights, I want to do this. That arrow just moves it up and down. If you actually want that condition to be inside, you have to drag it inside. So if admin rights is true, then I put this inside that box and I say yes. And let's say no to everybody else. So it's no, and then if you're in the administrators, if you have admin rights, it's yes. Or it's updated to say yes. I hit generate code, but I can't because I don't have a Kickstart script active. So let me go and get an active Kickstart script ready to receive the code. And now when I go back over, you can see the generate code button is enabled. I hit it, it inserts the code. There we have it. The code might appear a little strange, like here you see if no equals yes. If I had said yes, then it would have been yes equals yes, and it would have been true. It really just depends upon how you want to go about writing your custom template. So you get the job done, and you can get the job done in any number of ways. I encourage you to edit the existing scripts to see how they work. We can also create our own. So just as a quick demo, we'll make a very simple inline script to show a message box. So I said new action, because there's going to be an action. Display a message. You need to give it a template name and a description. That description is what comes up in the help bubble. And it can be a function or an inline. I'm choosing inline because it's easier. If this were a function, then this name would actually be the variable used to pass to the sub or function. But in this case, we're just going to get the actual string inserted right into the script, as you'll see. Give it a description. You could give it a default value name. I'll click OK, and now we have a parameter within the script. So let's give it the code, message box, and then message box we want to put in what the user enters, which is the parameter called as message box. So we'll insert it like that. This formatting is required for the interpretation by the template. Now that we have it, I can hit save, and you'll see display a message is now available as one of my actions. Let's go ahead and drag that in. And there it is, the message that we gave it, the description, the value, and our description of that value. We'll just give it a test string here. Generate code, inserts it into ACE, and there it is, just as we'd expect. And as I said, it can be an inline script as we have here, or it could be a function. And you'll see most of the ones that ship with the Logon Script Builder are in fact functions. And this is a very simple example, but there's no limit to what you can do here. You may also have functions that rely on other functions, and you'll see that in some of the ones that ship with the Logon Script Builder by default, and how that's taken advantage of. Documentation is still coming along on this, but I highly encourage you to take advantage of it using the existing ones as an example. And if you have any questions whatsoever, please come to the message boards and ask them. We'll be happy to help you out. I hope you enjoy.